Hey, how you doing? This is Chuck, Inlet Spring Piston Rifle Fever and Lone Wolf Strength Training. Today's video is going to be me attempting to show you how to deadlift correctly, how to hinge and not round your back, and also if you're older, the deadlift's for you. If you're younger, the deadlift is for you. If you have a bad back, the deadlift is for you. Part of it might have to do with how much weight you use, the range of motion. Also, Peter Pumpkin Eater, I was conversing back and forth with him, and it had to do with him hurting his elbow doing parallel bar dips. So I suggested using a partial range of motion until he gets more warmed up. So instead of going all the way down, up and down, just little motions, just to get something moving in there. So the deadlift, you want to hinge. You got a hip socket right here, ball socket. Yes, your upper back does bend. Mine doesn't bend as well at my age, but the biggest thing is when you come up to your bar, you come up to it fairly close, so it's right in front of your shins, maybe a couple inches, inch or two, and you hinge right here. You move this bar back. You stick your butt backwards, sort of like if the only way you could bend would be right here. So in order to bend over, you're going to have to stick your butt back, because if you try hinging and leaning over, you're going to fall. So hinging is sticking that back, and as soon as you hinged about as far as you can hinge, you bend your knees more and more. Having a slight bend in your knees is good, and that's what you want. So come up to your bar, start to hinge, helps you get set, reach down, grab the bar. Now bring your knees forward, and your knees should be forward of your arms, but your shoulders should be over the top of the barbell. And when you pull up, you want to keep the bar tight to you, otherwise it's going to get in front of you and it's going to feel very heavy. And you're setting yourself up for a potential injury also. So you hinge here, grab the bar, bring your knees forward, bring those arms back. You see how I'm bringing those arms back? So bring the arms back, look down, drive my feet through the ground. Go set the bar back down, set the knees forward, drive the feet to the ground. Feet forward, knees forward, bring shoulders back, drive knees and drive feet into the ground. Do one more here. I think that's 5. So a few weeks ago I got hurt through the deadlift. Not fun, but I'm getting back after it. I'm just trying to be careful. The other day when I was squatting, I didn't feel any hamstring pain. It's right back here where I got it. And I started driving my feet into the ground because I like doing that, because I can move the bar really fast. As soon as I did that, I felt that hamstring. So these are going to have to be more under control. There's my other plate. I do not know how far I'm going to go in weight. Probably not a lot. Either up to 225 or 275. I'm not in a race, and when you get hurt, you don't want to be in a race. You want to take your time and work into it. Being in a race is just going to set you back because you're going to screw up and hurt yourself again. Other finer points of deadlifting is keeping everything tight in here. Taking a huge breath of air and holding everything tight in here. When you take a huge breath and you keep everything tight here throughout, it's going to, also you can push that air down to help expand here, of course. It's going to help protect your spine. I noticed it so much when I was deadlifting outside this fall that actually the weight moved faster and I didn't have any spinal pain. Before that, I thought I was going to end a set. This was on a different session that I had gotten hurt. So I did that and it made a difference. So one other thing you can do is take your big deep breath up here at the top. So I'll do a set like that. So Of course, I'll have to take a big breath at the bottom too, to when I reset. So up here, I take a big breath. Two, 3, 4, and 5. You notice I keep my back nice and flat when I go down. So that is the way to protect your back. Do deadlift right. It may not be a Pete Rubish deadlift or anything like that. A lot of people are into rounding their back, but they're a lot younger. And they just haven't hurt themselves enough yet. Eventually, they'll find out that the older people are right, that rounding your back is just not a good idea when you deadlift. You can do it when you're stretching, when you're toe touching, when you're lifting heavy objects. I highly advise you to not start flexing at the spine. If you lift with a rounded spine and it stays locked in place, that's not so bad. But if you get spinal flexion when you're lifting the heavy weight, you got a great chance of getting hurt. Some people don't get hurt, but they're not you. So, if you like the video, give me a like, subscribe, I'd highly appreciate it, and hit the weights, and you have a great day.